I want to take a moment and talk a little bit about 0 divided by a number versus some number divided by 0. And so we're going to do two examples. First, 0 divided by 6. Then we're going to switch it up, do 6 divided by 0. All right, we're going to start with this one. And I want to talk about a situation with money because I find it, if I have a real example, it is a little easier to wrap my head around this. So when we are dividing, we're taking things and we're breaking them up into groups. In this case, we have 0 things and we divide them up into 6 groups. So let's talk about we have $0 and we're dividing it up among 6 people. The resulting calculation will tell you how much money each of those people get. Well, it's pretty clear if you have $0 and you divide it with 6 people, then each of them gets $0 because you don't have anything to divide out into those groups. It wouldn't matter how many groups there are, as a matter of fact, if I had 1 person, if I had 2 people, if I had 3 people, if I had any number of people, we would still all get $0 from this. Now this situation is a little bit different. I want to talk about dividing and breaking those into groups in a little bit more detail. So we're going to do 2 examples with our 6. We're going to take our 6 and we're going to divide it into, let's say, 3 different groups. So here's 6, 1, 2, 3 different groups. And when we divide those 6 things into 3 different groups, then each of those groups has 2 things in it, and we get 2, 4, 6. So those have been divided nice and evenly. The second way of thinking about this situation is if we take 6 and we divide them into groups where each group has 3 in them, so we have a group of 3 and a group of 3, then we end up with 2 groups. So either we are putting 2 things in each group, or we end up with 2 groups. Regardless of how we think about it, we end up with the answer being 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we're going to go over both of those variations on this situation when we divide by 0. So we're going to start by taking these 6 objects right here, and I want to divide these 6 objects so that there are 0 groups. So when I give this challenge to a lot of people, they often will take them and they'll stick them down like so. But here we clearly have 1 group. There is no way to break something up and have 0 groups into it, because by breaking it up, you're automatically putting them in groups and creating groups. So 6 divided into 0 groups just doesn't make sense. That's why we call it undefined, because it doesn't really have a meaning. Well, let's think, maybe if we thought of it in the other way, we could make some sense of it. So let's take 6 things, and I want to divide them in groups, but instead, this time I'm going to put 0 things into each group. Okay, let's see when we finish this. So I take 0 things, and I put them in the first group, 0 things, and I put them in the second group, 0 things, and I put them in a third group, and I'm going to continue to do this until all of those things are divided into groups. Man, this is going to take a while. Conclusion, any number divided by 0 doesn't make sense. That's why we say it's undefined. Thank you.